Welcome to Crimson Guitars. Welcome to, well, this is ostensibly the cow rebuild. This guitar is coming together, but the neck is still rectangular, and that's a bit of a problem. Now, normally you will see me do our faceted carving technique, where essentially we mark a few lines on there, bisect those, carve away the excess, and, you know, Bob's your uncle. I've never understood that statement. In any case, I'm also easily distracted. Today, however, well, my client likes the shape of this neck, which is funny because, well, it's asymmetrical, actually, on closer inspection. I need to work out how to replicate this neck easily and, you know, quickly and properly. These things work. If you have the metal one, you have got a finer amount of granularity and precision, etc. The problem is when you put it over a neck, it pushes out, and you're getting close, but not quite close enough. With the plastic profile gauges, that's what they're called. With the plastic profile gauges, each piece of plastic is 1 millimeter or more wide, and you've got even less precision in the shape. And when you're talking about actually matching somebody's favorite instrument, this just won't cut it. Now, option number one, take one of these things, whack it on the neck really hard, damage your finish, cry, fix the finish, get some tape, masking tape or wiring tape or electrical tape, etc. Protect the neck, go in gently and remeasure at the 12th and at the 1st fret, measure your depths, etc. And essentially you need to take that rough idea, translate it onto paper, make a paper template, see how far off you are, and you will be off, and then iterate and get to perfection if you're lucky. The other option is to buy the fantastic tool that I have yet to actually make and which is going to do this thing nice and easy. So yeah, we're not there yet. It's going to be so cool. Kind of like watchmaking, but bigger. An alternative is a profile gauge for a neck. Now, in this case, you can use one of these as a starting point, which is fine. If you happen to have a lot, and we make them here at Crimson, you might find something that matches the random guitar that you've got. In this case, funnily enough, the basic shape of the 59 Les Paul template is pretty damn close to the shape, not the width, not the depth, but the shape of the neck here. And I can use that as a starting point. However, as I said, this guitar's asymmetrical. So, yeah, it's time to play with some kids' toys. Actually, this happens on a fairly regular basis, especially when I was at home. You'd come up against a problem and realize, yeah, my 8-year-old's got this thing, and that thing, that thing will do this perfectly. And here we are again, Plastercine to the rescue. Okay, so here's the gauge. On one side, it's nice and tight, and on the other, we've got quite a significant gap. And this is the asymmetricality. There you go. This is the asymmetricality that I actually think is valid and is more comfortable. Essentially, the meat of the neck is in in between your thumb and your forefinger. So you're gripping on there, and then it goes away where you're playing, and it's relatively subtle. It's relatively subtle as a player. Hell, my client might not even notice if I don't put this in, and, well, maybe not. But it is an improvement on a standard guitar. I have made guitars like this on purpose. I don't think Fender did, really. But at least this shows that they are hand sanding these things. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to take my template, and I am going to smoosh some plasticine into it to figure out exactly what my shape actually is. Because why not? oh my God, now that I'm filming, I've just realized exactly how I should actually do this. And it's even easier than smooshing with plasticine, but less fun. Damn it. I quit. I'm going home. Okay, just because I'm invested in this whole plasticine idea, and I've done this with thermoplastic as well in the past, protect it with the electrical tape, double check, that is, yeah, that's where I want it to be, masking tape, and this masking tape here is essentially going to, come on, let's do it that way, be a line where my fretboard is. There we go, one there. Yep, that's right. And then you've got the shape. Let's get rid of that. Now, let's just double check. That's symmetrical. It's very close. It's not exactly the same, but it is very close. And then gloves. It's never easy, is it? Wow, that's all actually melted together. What the hell happened there? Damn it. Oh, fail, fail. I'm sorry. This is actually what guitar building is like. If you fancy this as a career, then change your mind. Unless you like flying by the seat of your pants on a regular basis, which, hey, has its has its benefits. Okay, so yeah, we're good. Now there are softer things. I was actually going to go with some blue tack, but turns out we don't have any in the building, and yeah, it turns out that the reason we don't have it in the building is because everybody apparently thinks I hate this stuff. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, we make this soft and put it on the electrical tape. Okay, now this is far more than I need, but it is illustrative. Okay. Squoosh. We're all good. Lovely vintage Winsor & Newton palette knife from vintagetoolshop.com. Or should I say, never made it to vintagetoolshop.com because I get first rights. Gently, it's got a blunt edge. Cut the excess away. I am not marking the guitar in any way, shape or form. And this is where this is better than the thermoplastic, which essentially either you have to cut away when it's wet, when it's flexible, which is quite difficult because it's not actually very soft, or you need to let it cure and then you don't have a clean edge to draw around. Now, if this goes according to plan, what will come off is, mostly, it is still, I've got most of my shape, and the concept works. Now, I've just gone back in, just squeeze a little bit more. Don't use scalpel blade. I'm just going a little bit closer, and you'll have a few attempts at this potentially. And there we go. We've got the actual neck shape now. Didn't actually take that much work. And then with that, you go over to your pad of paper. That's the one. That's the other bottom of the fretboard, and gently, without putting much pressure on the plasticine, you end up with a shape. And yeah, bass, treble, just to be sure. But there is another way. Don't need the gloves for this one. And at the end of the the Cowrie build, we are actually going to be taking this fender and customizing and putting it back together with some other bits. We're harvesting it for the electronics, but we're going to put something else in here. Now, first of all, let's actually think about what you're doing, Ben. Okay, this is a much different shape. So let's see what we're at with a different template. That's bigger. Ooh, we're close, but that's a D shape. Oh, that's still got the laser cutter stuff on it. Okay. So, yeah, here we are. I should have shares in masking tape. Okay, so there we go. Now, actually, the 59 Les Paul, that line lines up with the fretboard, and this is the easier method. Same method as the bisecting of the carving. Just bisect it with masking tape a few dozen times, obstructing the camera view, of course. And what I will end up with eventually is the shape I want, with no mess, no fuss. And it literally took me turning on the camera to finally figure out that I need to turn my phone off. Damn it! And there you go. Essentially, this is like one of those fantastically cool circle gauges, iris circle gauges. I desperately want one of those. Why haven't I bought one yet? Anyway, yeah, we've now got our shape, and it actually wasn't that difficult. That's yep. One last bit. There we go. Onto the paper we go. Okay, so obviously that's the bottom of my fretboard line there. Oh, there's so much masking tape that can't cut it off. Now this is where it does get a little bit delicate. And you can also see how completely asymmetrical it is. And of course I flipped it, so that's the bass side, and that's the treble. Damn it. We got it. You fool. You utter fool. I cut it too close to the back of that. That's not going to be any use to me now. I'm going to have to make a negative and then go around. Essentially at this point I'm going to take this and hold it up against my neck and hope that it's accurate. But if it isn't, which is still possible, I'll be able to go and adjust in the same way. Okay, and there we go. It is actually ever so slightly chunkier at the base than I would like. Cut that off there. And we're nearly sorted. Easy peasy. So I drew them a little bit too close together. That's fine. Cut all the way through. And we're back where we started. Okay, I can feel myself getting distracted here. Like big time. I've just had another idea on how this could be done. But that is not the point of what we're doing today. Progress takes potentially wasting your time finding an easier way of doing things. And frankly, using a profile gauge is probably the easiest way to do this. However, finding that out by physically trying things out, yeah, it was fun. Enjoy the video. There we go. Cool. We're good. Little gap there still. Minuscule. Okay, just for fun. Just for fun. What happens if you gently put that on there and then use smaller tape and tape it to itself. There we go. Sorry people, I'm basically just, well, having fun. What I'm doing is making a tiny dinosaur and pretending that this is real grown-up work. Honest, I don't even have the excuse of having drunk too much or having children anywhere near me right now. But yeah, so I wonder if doing this, I don't think it's going to be strong enough, but you could build something up like this that could be, I suppose with cardboard would be an option, and you build it up and then pull it off and it keeps your shape. I think the concept is fine, but yeah, the time is lacking. So what I want is you guys in the comments to let me know what your favorite method for doing this particular task might be, and well, is there an easy way that is actually accurate and replicatable? Am I creating a rod for my own back? Yeah, I mean, that was rhetorical, really. So if this comes up, oh, that doesn't work. Ooh, that did work. Look at that. Huh. That's not half bad. That is actually not half bad. I'm going to leave it here now, guys, and go and sit down in a quiet corner. I'm not entirely sure these ADHD meds are actually doing anything anymore. Oh, I got him as well. Sam's putting faces in the background. Thing is, he never knows what I'm actually going to throw at him. So yeah, there we go. I've got 22 millimeters of material to carve away, essentially there. And what I need to do is not be an absolute pillock. Hold on. There we go. Let's do this properly. Yeah, that's 22. Almost as if, almost good enough. Okay, and at the 12th fret, that's what it looks like. Now, what I want to do is facet it and figure out where to take away the most efficacious material. Initially, the first step is to thickness it down to thickness there and at the first fret, and once you've done that, you can, using this or one of these, you can work out your own faceting technique to, you know, give yourself a completely asymmetrical or a boat-shaped or whatever neck. It's yeah, it's just a case of physically drawing the thing on a piece of paper and having at it. So in this case, you work out where your center line is. In this case, my first cut is 3 millimeters off the center line, going down to 12 millimeters from the fretboard line. And then, once you've faceted that off, the next one would be 15 millimeters from the 3mm cut. First, second, 15 millimeters away from that cut line, and again on this side, 3 from the fretboard line. And we're already getting to a point where you can see exactly what's going to come out. Next up, there's going to be another cut there and a very slight carve there. And essentially, if you do this geometrically, you're done. You got a neck shape, and it's a custom neck shape. Now it's going to be slightly different on this one because we've got a slight asymmetry on the base side. But well, you see what I'm talking about. Okay, look, this has not actually been the video that I set out to film this morning, or should I actually say 4 days ago when I started trying to set the time aside to film this. Not at all, but you now have an idea of the processes, essentially, in not only copying the neck, but figuring out how to carve it and how to lay out a faceted carving system. I'm going to go away, work out what the facets are on the other side, on the base side, what the measurements need to be, and yeah, I suppose tomorrow at this point I'm going to be carving a neck. So thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, vilify me in the comments, and if you know of a good quality one of these that will do what I want to do with ease and replicability, send me a link, please. Genuinely. Catch you on the flip side. Goodbye.